Hi, this is Gene at DNS Bait, and this report is current as of Friday the 17th here. Fishing around town continues to be fair. The perch fishing out on Lake Mendota has been a little bit of a struggle for most of the guys, although you do get some good reports out there. On Thursday, I talked to, or actually it'd be Wednesday. Wednesday, some guys did pretty well on a couple areas on the lake. Over by the hatch cover and anywhere from 20 to 30 feet of water. There was a few fish down by Marshall Park and Spring Harbor also. And then over along the city shoreline. Those fish on the city shoreline seem to be right up in the weeds, though. The guys that were poking around in the weeds did the best, and they put together a nice number of fish. One boat I heard had in the low 40s, and most of them were decent-sized fish. Some other areas to look around the lake, off Governor's Island on the Warner Bay side. Also over on University Bay on the Picnic Point side and on the crew boat side of the bay. I've heard some perch along those weed edges on occasion. Smallmouth bass on Mendota seem to be a little slow right now, although the guys that are perch fishing along the weeds and on the mud, they've been catching a few smallmouth, but the guys that are out on the bars, they've been struggling a little bit. I have heard a few walleyes on the bars too in 20, 25 feet of water. Some guys have been trolling and taking a few nicer walleyes and a few small ones that way. Over on Lake Monona, the bluegill bite still seems to be probably the best bite in town. A lot of weed line fish, Hudson Park, over by Sluter Beach, Wild Haven, down by the Squaw Bay area, by the rock pile out there, even over by Olin. And I've heard fish not only along the weed line, but as the day progresses, slipping out into a little deeper water. I've heard them as deep as 20 to 25 feet, but still on the bottom. They aren't up suspended yet. Heard a little bit of muskie action on Monona. A couple guys trolling, been taking a few fish over there. And then the largemouth seem to be on the outside edge of the weeds in some of the deeper pockets there. I haven't heard a lot of that, but I have heard some of it. Lake Wabeesa, the panfish seem to have dried up pretty much for the most part, although I kind of heard through the grapevine a couple guys have been doing okay with some bluegills. I couldn't tell you what they've been doing or where, but most of the guys I've been talking to have been struggling. They have been taking some walleyes on Wabeesa, mostly in the evening, slip bobbering and jigging along some of the weeds and a couple of the bars in the area. But it seems to be later in the evening and even after dark. Lake Kegonsa, I heard they were getting a few bluegills up shallow, even some probably in beds even. I can't imagine that that's true, but some guys that live down there and were fishing off their piers said they were catching a few bluegills on the south end of the lake. That's really about all I got here for you right now locally. There are some guys going up to Crystal Lake with some success, and then up on Lake Wisconsin, that walleye bite seems to be a little tougher there. They've been getting a few fish in the slot, but not even a whole bunch of those from what I've heard lately. If you got any questions, you can give us a call here at the store at 608-241-4225. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.